So mathematical functions in Java. Correct? Mathematical functions in Java. Please understand this in one go. Okay, please understand this in one go. This is very easy but very confusing. Okay, I'll tell you something. What you exactly, whenever you see this bracket, now you understand that it is a function. It is either called a function or a method. Okay, function means it has some job to do, it has some job to perform, to do. Okay, suppose this is a max function. So what is the job of this max function? To find out the maximum number in this. So 5 and 12, 13, the maximum number is 13. You have a function called sqrt, square root. So what is the job of this? To give the square root of this. Okay, so every function will have its own working way. Okay, how it works, and every function will have its return type. You might not be understanding return type right now, but just understand in which data type will it give the answer, in which data type will it give the answer, because there are a lot of data type, int, long, short, double, float. So in which kind of data will it return the answer? Okay, remember one thing very importantly, that all these most important data types now, because see, this came in ICSE board 2013 when I took the exam. Okay, that time you had this question. Okay, math.power 4,2. So you might think that 4 ki power square is 16 is the answer. No, this is wrong. Math.power 5 ki 3. So you know 125 is the answer. This is wrong. Why? Because the answer that this function will return is in form of a double. It is in form of a double. So 5 ki power 3 will be what? 125.0. 4 ki power 2 will be what? 16.0. sqrt 196 ka sqrt will be 14.0. And it makes sense. It makes sense to have it in double. Why? Why are these? If you'll see now, if you'll see here, all the functions are in your double. But why does it has to be in double? You tell me. You know the square root of 196 you can write as 14. Okay, great. So the return type is integer. Suppose it would have been like this. Then Babu, this 200 does not have any square root. 3 does not have any square root. You know the square root of 3 is 1.717. So if you will not give the return type as double, then it will only return 1, and 1 is not the square root of 3. The square root of 3 is what? 1.717. That is why your calculation mistakes will happen. That is why, remember, all these mathematical functions has the return type as double. Cube root 125 will be 5.0. Okay, so in max and min it is not the case. Max and min, it will depend na babu, it will depend. It will depend on what? It will depend on the in the values that you have. So 5 and 3, 13 will be the answer, and int is your return type. Suppose you have something as math.max 5, 2.5, 5, 12.5. So this time 12.5 will be the answer, and this is what? This is your double. So it can be mixed. This is your float or whatever. So it can be mixed. It depends on what is the input. Math.min and math.mix, there is a concept of dependency. It can be anything depending on the data type. It can be anything depending on the data, what is there inside, right? Similarly, now let us park this round and rint for now. Okay, round and rint for now. Okay, let us come to CEIL and Math.floor. You know CEIL means ceiling. CEIL means ceiling. In your home, you know the ceiling is where? Above. So 5.6 is lying between 6.0 and 5.0. So CEIL will give you higher value. CEIL will give you higher value. Floor will give you lower value. So if you put 5.3, so it is your 5.3 now. 5.3, if you do math.ceil 5.3, it will give you higher value, that is 6.0. It will give you higher value 6.0. It will give you higher value 6.0. And floor will give you lower value 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. Because floor, the lower value is 5. This is your higher value. This is your lower value. Cool? Understood? All these cases will be either it is 5.5 or less than 5.5 or greater than 5.5. The answer will be 6, and this answer will always be 5. Okay, understood? Great. Now let us come to the fun part of Math.round and Math.rint. Everyone will be able to answer these things. Okay, sir, I know maths from my basic, from my childhood. I know Math.round will be. Only important thing is the return type of Math.round is integer. The return of Math.rint is double. Okay, this is very important. How do you recall this? So you know that from bachpan you have read about Math.round, and that time you didn't know about double or something. So remember like that. So that time you were doing normal rounding, right? So here also it will be normal rounding. So 5.3 will give you 5, 5.6 will give you 6, 5.5 will give you 6. Okay, but how did this happen? I'll tell you how exactly Java works. Suppose if you make your thinking like Java, you will never make a mistake. Okay, this is my core way of teaching. I will teach you how to think like the compiler. So let me come here. Allow me a moment to come here. So where they were, because suppose I give you these negative numbers, then you will start bluffering like what is the answer, how is the answer. Okay, so let me give you certain examples here. Okay, so suppose we have 2.2. What Java does is, okay, suppose you have 2.5, then you have 2.8. Cool. What Java will do is, Java will add 0.5 to the number. It will add 0.5 to the number. It will add 0.5 to the number. It will add 0.5 to the number. Now what is the answer? After adding 0.5, what is the answer? 2.7, 3.0, 3.3. And then after this, it will remove the decimal part. 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 And this is your answer. Now as you know the functioning of round, then any question will come, you will not get afraid. Even if the question is minus 31.83, you will do plus 0.5. So minus and plus will actually give you what? Subtraction. So 31.33. And then you will remove this decimal part. So this is your answer. Am I clear here, guys? Am I very clear here, guys? Yes, I am clear. Now in the very question we have to understand how rint works. Okay, how rint works. How is gonna rint work? What is rint saying? Rint says that take me to the nearest integer. Take me to the nearest integer. Rint says to take him to the nearest integer. So suppose the question is 2.2. So 2.2 is lying between 3 and 2. So which is nearest? 2 is nearest. So the answer will be 2.0. Why? Because it is double return type. Great. Now 2.5. Okay, let us park this for now. Let us go to next thing, 2.8. So this is lying between 3 and 2. What will be the answer? 3.0. Okay, in case of rint, this will be the answer, 3.0 in case of rint, right? Why? Because rint says that you have to bring me to the nearest integer. Now when it is 2.5, I told your name is rint and I told you have to go to the nearest integer. I told your name is rint, you have to go to the nearest integer. So 2.5, you will see, okay, 3 is, I am nearest to 3 and I am also with the same distance to both. Now you are confused which side to go. So Java will also get confused. So you will have to create another rule for Java. If both the distance is same, because 2.5 lies exactly between 2.0 and 3.0. Now what you have to do? Now you have to know one thing, that when it is 0.5, when it is exactly in the middle, it will go towards the even person. Okay, even integer. When there is a 0.5 scenario, it goes to the even integer. Am I clear? Am I very clear? Good. Suppose similar question we had for this 131 point. It was 131, no? Something like 131 point. Okay. Suppose we have something like as minus 31.83. I had given you, right? So in case of round, and in case of rint, what will be the answer? See, in case of round, what will be the answer? You know, you have to add plus 0.5 to this. As soon as you add plus 0.5 to this, it will become minus 31.33. So this is closer to minus 31. So it will give minus 31. And what does rint do? It will go towards the nearest integer. So the nearest integer for 31.83 is what? 31.83 is what? Tell me. It is 32.0, because it is nearest, right? It is nearest. It is 31.83 is 17 far than 32 and 83 far than 31, right? So it is nearest to 32. So the answer will be minus 32. Simple. Similarly, we have certain questions here, so we can understand. Okay, Math.round, suppose it is Math.round 4.5. so in rounding you have to do nothing, you have to just add 0.5, your answer will be 5.0, and then you will meet out this 0, and then the answer is 5. But in case of rint 4.5, it is lying between what? It is lying between 4 and 5, both are exactly in the middle, so you have to go to the even number, so it will be 4.0. It will be 4.0. If you are understanding this, try to solve these tricky questions. And then there is something called Math.abs. abs does what? It will give you the absolute value. It will remove your minus, it will give you the absolute. It works like mod, something like in maths. Okay, so if there is no minus, so it will be simple, same to same. Understood? Suppose you have something as Math.floor 5 point minus 5.83. so this, so what does floor give? Floor will give you lower value. Floor will give you lower value. So which is lower? This is lower. Okay, this is lower, guys. Okay, it is negative number, so this is more lower, so the floor will give you minus 6.0. CEil will give you what? Minus 7.78. it lies between minus 8 and minus 7, so it will give you higher value, so it will give you minus 7.0. Am I clear? Great. So this was all about mathematical functions. You will get one question from here for sure. And then there is something called Math.random. Math.random, what it does, it will give you any value from 0 to 1, between 0 to 1. So it can give you 0 0.1, 0 0.35, 0 0.386, 0 0.721, something, anything it can give you. Okay, so this is how you are going to understand these things. Okay, now what we want to go is, we want to go to chapter number 3. Great. Try to solve these things, okay, from the PDF, and try to send me. There is no issues in sending it to me. Okay, thank you.